Participating in God's story is about our chance to partner with God. God actually invites us into the story that He's been writing from the very beginning. It's the story about how God created the earth and humanity, how humanity rebelled against Him, and how He sent His Son Jesus to reconcile us. When we put our faith in Jesus, we get a new mission in life, to be a part of that story for the rest of time. And our job in that story right now is to continue to bring others into God's family, to know His love. We do this in two ways in the church. The first way is through evangelism. Evangelism is where we share the gospel and God's teaching with others so that they too can come to enjoy an abundant life of faith. Jesus' last earthly command to His disciples in Matthew 28 is a great example of this. It says, "Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all I have commanded you." When we participate in God's story, we have the job of telling others about how good God is so that they can join in too. But we don't just tell them. We also show them by our love. The other way we participate in God's story is by serving. This is where God's love so overfills our hearts that we can't help but to meet others where they are. It is lifelong growth in seeing other people more significant than ourselves. In a parable in Matthew 25, Jesus tells His disciples, "Whatever you do for the least of these, those who are in the most need, the poor, the oppressed, the downhearted, the outcasts, whatever you do for them, it's as if you did it for God Himself." We want to grow in serving people the same way Jesus has served us. And when we evangelize and serve, we're doing our part to bring others into God's family. We look forward to taking steps of faith and growing and participating in God's story as a church.